I want to get every class to level 60 in World of Warcraft Hardcore. The twist? I don't decide which class I play. I created a custom randomizer that will control my future. It looks cool and it's self-made. Wow, Leon! Join me as I learn the joys of Classic and become increasingly paranoid about caves. On the last episode, we defeated Basilet the giant spider. We got smacked around by a random bear and came back to defeat him later. We nearly died in a cave. Typical. We had to run out of Shadowfang Keep after our warlock tried to kill everyone, and we lost a loot roll by 3 for a giant glove upgrade.
Progress report!
Leon Bovey is currently level 30, he's upgraded some pieces of gear and got the Seal of Sylvanas from the Shadowfang Keep. In terms of animal forms, we have bear, cat and sea lion, and for our talents, we're feral all the way to 60, baby. Our goals for this video are to go on a cool mission, go on back-to-back dungeon runs, upgrade 3 gear slots to blue, and reach level 35. If you believe that Leon Bovey will die before level 60, leave an hashtag BoveyDoubter in the comments below. After reaching level 30 in the last episode, we went to our Druid trainer to unlock our last transformation, Travel Form. This allows us to turn into a cheetah and gain 40% movement speed, as long as we're outside. I've said this before, but this is going to skyrocket our leveling speed. The arrow took us back to the Barrens, where he grouped up with a warrior. He disconnected in a dangerous place, so I stuck around to protect him, and he was so happy when he came back that he gave me 1 gold. Big money gains. We then went over to Thousand Needles, an area that looks really cool, but everywhere you go, you're in danger of falling and dying. And speaking of falling, I have an important message, viewers. I've honestly not been enjoying Druid at all. It's just too damn easy and fast. I think it's time to end Leon Bovey's journey and roll a new class. Just kidding. Sorry. Who do you think would win in a duel? A feral cat or a feral cat with wings? What about a bear versus 3 hyenas? A bit harder, but bear still comes out on top. Jokes aside, this fight actually made me use some brain power and it was not easy at all. Bovey got ambushed by 3 centaur assassins, but we survived. Speaking of 3, we grouped up with a shaman and a hunter to take on the hardest quest in the region, the Test of Endurance. This quest has you go into a cave filled with Karens and fight waves and waves of them until you either die or defeat their leader. I considered doing it alone, but I'm glad I didn't. There's a reason the monsters inside this cave are the 2nd, 3rd and 4th deadliest in the Thousand Needles. Now, do you remember how we said we were going on a cool mission? Meet the Enraged Panther. This cutie patootie is a level 30 elite monster with 2865 health. He hits as hard as a truck and is quite deadly. So why would we kill him? For a quest, obviously. Apparently the Panther is guarding a hypercapacitor gizmo. If we get it back, we get a new ring. Easy enough. But why would we do it alone, you ask? For glory, of course. And because I need some dramatic content for this video. It's time for the cool mission segment.
Bovey and the Beast.
When I get, I think at 50% health, I'm going to pop my Nature's Grasp again and heal myself to full and switch back to bear form. Okay, Nature's Grasp. Maybe throw a sneaky hibernate on him. Perfect, he's sleeping now. Sweet dreams, little panther. Now I'm going to heal myself to full peace. Another regrowth, I think. Well, it's actually not needed. And bear form again. Okay, round 2. Okay, I'm gonna put him to sleep again. Much mana do I need? 300. Okay. Get the heals going. And I just barely have the mana for Bear Form. So I'm gonna wait out the Hibernate, get some heals going. Perfect calculations. Straight to 0 mana, and you should be dead now. Easy, guys, easy. This is what Druid is all about, thinking, using your head, using your brain, you know. Level 30 Elite Beast, Panther, you know, just too easy. There we go. Clearly the superior animal former here. Panther was no match. After we dominated the cute cat, I decided to finally process all the herbs I've been accumulating and level my alchemy to 125. This allows us to craft the strong troll blood potion, which despite sounding absolutely disgusting, is actually very powerful. It's finally time to say goodbye to our swagged out chest piece. Armor of the Fang, it was a pleasure serving with you. Goodbye lover, goodbye Armor of the Fang. I'm now ready for the next dungeon, Razor Fan Crawl. As the name indicates, this dungeon is just a slow crawl through a maze of tunnels protected by our beloved Peppas. There are no real mechanics except for being careful, taking it slowly, and focusing the right enemies. In terms of drops, we're only really looking for the rare spawn Blind Hunter that can drop us our first necklace, or Heartcaller Helmgar who can drop us our first leather helm. Sadly, the Blind Hunter didn't spawn, and for some reason our group completely skipped Helmgar. The run itself was extremely non-problematic, so I'm going to save 10 minutes of your time by not showing anything except the bosses dying and their loot while I sing a shitty song. Razor Fan Crawl is not a good dungeon, and there's nothing interesting. That's why I'm skipping all the footage that I recorded for 1 hour and a half. Oh, we did get some nice blue shoulders from the dungeon quest, and they look pretty sick. Remember when we said in the goals that we wanted to do back-to-back dungeons?
It's time for the back-to-back dungeon. It's time for the back-to-back dungeons.
That's right, my good friends, we're going to GNOMEREGAN. This will probably be the hardest dungeon so far, and there are a lot of ways to die here. In terms of drops, there's only one thing we have our eyes on: the manual crowd pummeler. First, that's a ridiculous name. Second, look at those stats. This is one of the best weapons we can get in the game. There might be other surprises along the way though. Our group seemed to be super experienced, and the mage was giving some good teacher vibes. Grubbies was the name of the first boss, and he was a cakewalk. He actually ended up dropping a banger leather helmet. The rogue got it though. Visco's Fallout has a weird ass name but looked sick. He dropped a blue dagger, another drop for the rogue. This guy is getting swagged out. We made our way to the third boss safely. Electrocutioner 6000 is a big-headed goblin on a mechanical spider. The fight was easy, and he dropped a green cloth wrist with an interesting effect. The moment of truth. This guy drops the manual crowd pummeler. Please. No! Big F's in the chat. That's sad, man. We continued on our merry way, and this is where we saw our first alarm bot. These little fellas will spawn a pack of monsters if they're not killed quickly. Dangerous. After advancing further into the gnome facilities, we arrived at the most dangerous part of the dungeon. The reason this is so dangerous is because there are 2 higher pathways with 1 trench in the middle. Due to classic struggle with verticality as a concept, it's very easy to pull a monster from the trench, which will make him run all the way up, bringing all his friends with him and practically ensuring a dungeon wipe. And as if that wasn't enough, the agents here can drop mines that if not destroyed quickly will explode for a ton of damage if anyone approaches them. Fun, right? We were doing pretty well, so we got confident and pulled a bit more than we should have, leading to this situation. Not only was I separated from my team by a bunch of mines, but a patrol also showed up and started attacking me. At this point I had only one option: ask for help. My team came in clutch and destroyed the mines, helping me to kill the monster afterwards. We made our way to the final boss without any dangerous moments. This guy will spawn bombs that run at him, and if they reach him, they will explode. So we assigned our mage to destroy them. He did a really good job, and we just killed the boss as fast as we could without any incidents. We got another leather helm, and this time the rogue passed on it, meaning we finally get our first headpiece. It looks absolutely cursed. After clearing the final boss, our priest wanted to finish clearing the trench. He said that the agents there dropped a ring. I couldn't find any ring in their drop tables except for the grime encrusted ring, which is a quest start item with a 100% drop chance. Either the drop tables are missing information, or we were risking our lives for nothing by going back to the dangerous trench. As we were almost done and joking around about what type of ring it was, something went terribly wrong. We accidentally pulled a monster from somewhere that brought more packs with him. Oh, this is not good, man. I don't know. Are we fighting this? I completely panicked and used my dash to gain some distance and try to evaluate the situation. I didn't see anyone trying to fight, so I just assumed our only option was running. Since we are inside, I don't really have a way to CC the enemies here, so there's not much I can do to help. I managed to Hearthstone out without seeing the mobs near us, and we saw in the deadlog that our mage had died. I sent him a message and he told me that he grabbed aggro and ran the other way in order to save us all by sacrificing his own life. This guy is an absolute hero and he actually saved everyone. This has probably been the most intense moment I've had in hardcore so far. Looking back, I regret not trying to help more, but I was sleepy and completely panicked when I saw everyone running. That's just the hardcore life, I suppose. You live and you learn. The Rig Wars quest gave us an insane pair of pants. 18 agility, yes sir. Back to Hillsbrad Foothills, we teamed up with a troll warrior named Janely. This absolute beauty of a player was the perfect companion. They had jokes, they had kindness, and they had an insatiable desire to subscribe to the channel. We went on a massive questing spree to grind out the last level and a half. Ogre Extermination. Visiting the farmer's market.
Dismantling the local fascist regime.
Were there dinosaurs here? Troll Subjugation. Another floating corpse, grouped up with two fellas for the hardest quest in the region. We got a 7% drop chance item on the second kill, and we saved our mage from a panic attack, restoring our karma after GNOMEREGAN. I'm not letting anyone else die today, and after turning in some more quests, we were one monster away from level 35. There we go, feels good, man. We completed every goal except for the 3 blue items. We really need better RNG in the future. If you're still here, you probably enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel and follow our journey, consider subscribing. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.